welcome back to my kitchen and welcome to the Recipe Therapist. Today's episode is very special to me in more ways than one because with the busyness of life and our schedules, I'm so happy to have my husband Barry joining me today in the kitchen. And we're going to be bringing a new series to my channel where Barry and I both set aside some time to prepare one date night dinner recipe together. And we're also going to be opening up the conversation on some topics like our marriage, family life, and just life in general. So today we thought, what better time than Valentine's Day to introduce our new series called Marriage and Mix. First, we're going to start out with a delicious and easy chocolate mousse topped with some strawberries and whipped cream.
That's good.
And then we're going to head over to the stovetop and we're going to make a delicious Tuscan chicken on a bed of some linguini. And then we're going to pair it with a delicious avocado and bacon Caesar salad. It's going to be so delicious and so much fun, and I can't wait to get started.
So Celine, why don't you tell everybody what goes into this wonderful dessert?
Okay, so we're going to start out with 2 martini glasses, which I've just put 2 strawberries in because we're going to use those for garnish. We're also going to garnish the top of this with a fudge mint cookie. I think that's going to taste really good. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And for this recipe, we're going to be using some semi-sweet chocolate cubes here. I had about 2, which are 1 ounce each. And then I have a 1/4 cup of some heavy cream. We're going to be, in a couple of minutes, going over to the stove and heating this up and melting the chocolate. But first, we have to make some whipped cream, which we have 1 cup of full-fat whipped cream and 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar.
Life is only a mirror in every person that you meet. If someone makes you shiver and sweeps you off your feet, just be strong and find a way to try when you be.
So our whipped cream has been whipping for about 5 minutes and it's nice and stiff in its consistency. So now I'm just going to take about 2 tablespoons of whipped cream that we're just going to save for the top as a garnish. And we're going to meet you at the stove to melt up this other remaining 1/4 cup of cream and those 2 blocks of semi-sweet chocolate. Barry heated up this nice little saucepan, and so I'm going to take the cream and just put it right in there, and I'm going to let it come to a boil. And then once it boils, I'm going to add my chocolate and it's going to melt up, and that's when we add it to our other cream mixture and it turns into this delicious mousse.
You will always find how to go on.
Our chocolate and cream mixture is nice and cooled off. It's like a room temperature, which is exactly what we want, and it's a perfect consistency. So now we're ready to put it in here, right, Barry?
Wow, I'm excited to watch this.
Okay, so we're just gonna pour it right in, just like this. Look at that. And then we're gonna just take the rubber spatula and we're gonna fold it together until there's no streaks. And this is how easy chocolate mousse is.
Wow, that is easy.
Right?
And it looks tasty.
It does. And the reason why we're making this first is because this has to go in the refrigerator for 1 hour, just to kind of set a little bit. And then it's going to be ready for us to dig in, and it's going to be so delicious. So this is our mousse. Look at that. You see how it's nice and combined? It's like one color. This is perfect. So now we're going to put it in our martini glasses. All right, so you take your spoon.
Yeah.
And I'll take mine, and we're just going to fill up our glass.
You will always find how to go on.
While Celine was mixing up the mousse mixture and getting it into the refrigerator, I put up a nice pot of water for the linguini, and we're gonna get started on our chicken and Celine's going to show you all the ingredients that go into that dish.
So for this Tuscan chicken recipe, you're gonna need 4 chicken thighs with the skin on and the bone in. We're gonna be using some salt and pepper to taste, some olive oil, and some heavy whipping cream. Now, for the remainder of our sauce, we're gonna be using about 2 cups of, I have baby spinach leaves here, about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of chopped Italian parsley, and about a half of an onion chopped. I also have some heirloom cherry tomatoes here that I cut in half, and we're gonna take this all over to the stove and we're gonna put it together, and it's gonna be perfect with our mousse and our salad.
I can't wait to eat it.
I know you can. The chicken has cooked for about 13 minutes on each side, and the skin is nice and hard to the touch. That's exactly what you want. So we pulled the chicken out from our pan, and now we're gonna saute on a medium heat our onion. We're gonna add right to the fat and the drippings from the chicken, and that's just gonna add such great flavor. And we're gonna add our garlic, and I'm just gonna saute this up for about, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, just so it's like translucent and all those beautiful flavors start to release. So we're looking nice and translucent here. This smells so flavorful. And now we're going to add our tomatoes. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a quick mix, just to get them like coated with all those onions and garlic and that oil. And I'm going to saute this for about a minute, and then we're gonna add our spinach. We got our 2 cups of spinach going in, and I know this looks like a lot, but it's gonna really wilt down, and it's gonna be just the right amount. And I'm just gonna saute this up, and you're gonna see it's gonna be nice and wilted in about another, I don't know, minute or so. All right, so our spinach is perfect. So now we're ready to add 2 cups of full fat heavy cream going right in. And we're going to just stir this up until it comes to a boil. And we're gonna add our chicken back and the rest of our remaining ingredients, and then we're gonna be almost done with this Tuscan chicken recipe. Thanks, honey. The cream has come to a boil, and now I'm gonna add just some salt and pepper to taste. Now, mind you, we are gonna add some Parmesan cheese, so I'm not going to add too much salt because the cheese does have salt in it. So I'm going to mix this just like that. Doesn't it smell good, honey?
It smells great.
All right, and now we're going to add our chopped Italian parsley and half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. That's why they call this Tuscan, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so we're
It's
mixing.
gonna thicken it right up.
It's thickening. I can feel it already. Can you see that?
Yep, looks good.
All right, so this is basically what our sauce is. Now I'm gonna add my chicken back into this mixture. Barry drained the pasta, and I'm just gonna let this settle for about another 2 minutes, just to, you know, kind of coat this chicken and get some more of that chicken flavor in here. And then we're gonna get ready to serve it up over our delicious linguini.
Life is only a mirror, and every person that you meet. If someone makes you shiver and sweeps you off your feet, just be strong and find a way to try. When you belong, there will always be a way.
All right, Barry's going in.
So now we're gonna take a taste, see how this wonderful chicken came out. The skin off there. Nice.
What do you think? Is that good?
That's really good.
It's so tender and creamy.
Check out some of this pasta.
Is that so
It's
good?
really good.
Wow.
Good job.
This is like restaurant quality, right here. I think it's really good over the linguini, and
It's an awesome date night dinner.
yes, it is.
The tomatoes in there for Valentine's Day. Good year.
Just be
I think we need to taste this first, though.
Tasted so good.
So let's just do a little quick taste test on this and let you know.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have Linnea finish this for me.
No. I think this one is definitely worthy of making again. What do you think, honey?
Absolutely. A part of our date night after eating food like this is gonna have to be a trip to the gym.
Yeah.
Obviously.
My husband goes to the gym 7 days a week. But, you know, we're splurging for tonight. Just before we finish this delicious dessert, we just wanted to stress the importance in our marriage about our marriage vows. Barry and I have been married for about 21 years. We've been together for about 25. And we took our marriage vows, and we didn't realize at the time just how important a vow they really are. We've kind of been tested in every single one of them, and we just thought we'd want to share that with all of you. When you say in good times and in bad, or sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, better or for worse, they really do ring true in your marriage life.
And you will be tested, and you know there's gonna have to be a lot of forgiveness
Yes.
in a relationship for it to have longevity.
Yeah, so through our marriage vows, we've learned to show compassion towards one another,
Patience.
patience.
Not always, but most of the time. It's true. That's real. You know, it wouldn't be a real marriage if You said you never had an argument,
Right.
right?
I think it's made us more humble.
Absolutely.
We've also wanted to stress the importance of sharing the roles. Even though Barry's, been the main financial provider, when I wasn't well or when I needed to be lifted up, my husband came alongside and took care of the kids or cooked a dinner or two. And
I do laundry.
does laundry, right? So just kind of saying like, oh, this isn't my job or the job of, the male or the female. We just kind of didn't kind of go that way,
Yeah, I think we're pretty much the norm these days when you have two working parents or two working spouses, right? You do your job, I do mine, and we're both busy. We have the kids, college, high school, jobs, dog, house, all that stuff, and it definitely can get very, very busy. So that's why you have to make time and do a date night. Do it, cook together and spend some time together and reconnect.
Yes, and yeah, that's exactly it. And like for our third and final point, we wanted to stress how important it is to be intentional about spending time together. I've always made it a point to set aside time for Barry and I to, whether it's going on a marriage retreat or going out to dinner, just the two of us, or just even going for a walk after dinner, just the two of us.
And stop and breathe together.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think those are the three most important, topics that we wanted to
And that's it. Cheers.
kind of get across to y'all today. And thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. And we hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you like it, give us a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time to serve up some more love.
Salud.
Take care.
Good. Good. With the whipped cream on it.